I've sold them both, yeah, from time to time. And there's no way that the dealer didn't know that, because you do a point by point inspection, especially for somebody buying a high end car, which that
Oh
is,
yeah.
so they did a point by point inspection. You put it on the rack, you look over it, and you see that, so they had to have known that. And even if, to my mind, even if, and I haven't done a lot of consumer law and this kind of stuff, but I just from basic knowledge of what I have, what you came to me with seems legit, and I'm glad to do this video for you and to follow the case. I know I saw a lot of the cases that you and your people found, and I found a couple cases with Lee Morant and all these guys. They've sold bogus cars before with injuries, and I just, it blows my mind. I'm sorry you're in this position, but I'm glad you guys brought this to me so that I could broadcast it, and I'll get this video out shortly. Yeah, to my mind, they interjected this. You walk in here with clean hands, and you've got this thing that was in the stream of commerce, you know, moving up the stream of commerce from the time that the last owners crashed it until it arrived at. Well, I can't say it arrived at your door. It never got to your door.
Complaining about this dealership.
Yeah,
And despite the complaints about the dealership, it's just not a Karma. And it's kind of crazy because Karma, the manufacturer, states that they're not they're not a subsidiary of Karma. Like they using your name, they're using your photo. So I mean, it's like almost who's on the limb here? Karma want to throw their hands up. They don't want nothing to do with it. Well, I spoke to even their lawyer because of me basically, sending emails out. Sent me a bully tactic, cease and desist. I'm not gonna cease and desist. You sold me a lemon.
yeah, yeah. Wow. Okay. Wow. Well, listen, I'm gonna get running. My family's up and moving about, so I'm going
Okay,
to
okay.
let you go. Listen. So, wow, I'm gonna keep track of this, and I'll get this video up online and get you a link for your lawsuit. And I don't know, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad karma.
It is, isn't it? Karma, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you would think, the plum meaning of karma is, a good gesture. You don't do something to other people that you don't want somebody to do to you. It's like a goodwill gesture. I mean, it's like life experience. And as you see, these people don't have good karma because the karma they thought they had is coming to bite them back on the ass because they have multiple lawsuits for doing nonsense stuff.
Good, Mr. Keese. Did you spell your name for the record?
Matttheweese.
And I understand you're familiar with this type of thing because you've got lawyers in your family, correct?
Oh yeah.
Great, great. So now I think the main idea here is that you have purchased a car. You bought yourself a new car a while back, did you?
Yeah, well, I attempted to, August 17th of 2023.
And what type of car was it, and where did you buy it?
Karma Revero from Westfield, Karma of Westfield in New Jersey.
Correct. I know where that is. I'm an East Coaster originally.
Okay.
So you bought this car. How did you come to find the car?
Researching online. I've been doing a little research on this car for about the last 3 years. Just wanted to buy one, so I waited around, saved up money to pretty much find the one I wanted per se. That was warranty wise because they have a 10-year warranty on them, and found this online after doing some legwork and some research.
And based on your knowledge of the car, does that vehicle appear anywhere in in this video?
Yeah, it's right behind you.
Okay. Okay, great. Before we get further into the car, let's talk about yourself for a minute. I understand that you are a pretty high security level employee with the Department of Defense. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm actually an engineer and tech. I oversee Milcom projects for design and construction for Washington D.C. Navy Yard.
Okay. And your security level is unpublished, correct?
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to state my security level.
No worries, but you have one, of
Oh yeah, I have to because of what I do.
course. So you're a pretty conscientious person about your personal effects in your vehicles. Have you ever had a problem like this before with any of your vehicles?
Never. I mean, I pretty much buy vehicles that I I keep. I mean, most of my vehicles, a lot of people will love to buy because of the way I maintain the car. I don't buy a car. I wouldn't care if it was a 2002. It's going to be completely clean, no errors, no lights, no dents, no dings. I mean, I like driving nice things.
Absolutely. Great. So let's come back to the vehicle, subject vehicle. How did you come to know about this particular car?
So I had just left from Orlando, Florida, trying to purchase I think it was a 2018. But after doing research on the actual warranty, that warranty was about to expire because they have a 10-year battery life, and that was be coming up on about 4 years. So I then went back online, did a little more research, and looked at the 2020. I was kind of debating between a 2020 and a 2021. I ended up finding this one because in New Jersey, and it was listed around like 79,000. Then I basically contacted them and worked out an agreed price. I had a BMW 535 I was going to trade in towards this vehicle. So we worked out a price and just basically I drove up there to start the process to purchase it.
I've seen the picture of your BMW. That's funny because you have like I have like the first BMW 535i, and you have the last one. It's kind of funny, but so
Yeah.
I've seen your car, and it was immaculate. And they gave you what did they give you for that car?
Estimated they gave me 5,000 towards the trade.
That's a bit low. I think retail on that car is a little over 10. They gave you 5. So, the price for a trade-in like that is somewhere between wholesale and retail. So they got you for a couple grand on that, in my opinion. Then I have a pretty extensive opinion about BMWs. So, all right, so now your purchase price is down from 79 to what?
Purchased it for 72,000.
Okay, and that's including the trade-in. Right.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. So you're out the door 72, whatever. But do you ever get the car? What happens when you go to get the car?
So I never drove the car. I never test drove or anything. It was sitting on the showroom floor of the dealership. So they wouldn't release the car to me on August 17th because they wanted payment to be made in full. So they then requested the funds be sent to them. It was sent to them around August 20, August 24th. I believe that the actual check was cleared and then they sent me the vehicle. The vehicle was delivered to me in Maryland.
I see. And so you had never ever seen this vehicle before it arrived at your home.
I seen it once just on the showroom floor, but I wasn't able to drive it, do anything. I didn't even sit in the vehicle. I just basically seen it was on the showroom floor. It appeared to be a immaculate car glistening underneath the lights, and it was basically a dud.
So yeah, how did you so you drove off the floor and I take it this picture, tell me what this picture is. You sent me some pictures. What does this picture represent?
So this picture right here is the actual original damage from the original owner. The original owner who owned this vehicle is in I believe in Florida. His wife had wrecked the car upon I guess me receiving it some way somehow. It's just a world of whirlwind that it was even be able to sold because the car was actually so wrecked. The condition that you're looking at it is the same condition that the car was originally sold in. So I basically sold a car underneath false pretense that it had a clean Carfax. It was basically supposed to be a 2020 brand new vehicle. The car only had 16,000 miles.
So I some of the documents you indicated somehow so this couple and there was you filed a police report or a police complaint, right?
Yeah, I did a police report from San Diego. No, San Antonio. Originally San Antonio because the funds were sent from San Antonio to New Jersey. So San Antonio did one. Then they basically I drove up to New Jersey and I did an original one. I then they did a secondary follow up one, which was completed in March, which basically revealed everything. So the actual owner basically sent the copies of the State Farm report to the police department. They actually had the individuals from the dealership come down and actually make statements. So it's pretty much, I mean, everything revealed itself basically from that.
And there was another entity by the name of Fuqua Motors, which was somewhere in North Carolina, right?
Yeah, they was the original owner. So, from my understanding, they fixed the car. They stated it wasn't to their liking. They then sold the vehicle to Karma of Westfield. I mean, everybody was well aware of the damage to the vehicle. I mean, the damage to the vehicle was pretty significant to the amount that it has. The whole front bumper was filled with pretty much fiberglass and underbody tape pretty much holding together. And like I said, I was only in possession for the vehicle for 2 weeks, and the car is very delicate as far as computer wise. So anywhere you go, anywhere you park, how fast you go, it's documented. So it was trackable to basically figure out what went on with the car because all I had to do was just go on my phone and just on underneath the Karma app and just basically pull up everywhere the car ever been.
Right. So therefore, I see what I think I get it now. Therefore, you can prove, yeah, we can prove that Fuqua fixed it and that Karma, by downloading the data, would know the Fuqua fixed it.
Oh yeah, oh
I
yeah.
see. I see
Yeah,
what you're
because
saying.
the car is electric car. So you have to have a subscription. Anywhere where you plug it up, it updates as you drive. In order to drive the vehicle, you have to notify Karma. Karma has to give you the rights. You have to show the bill of sale that you own the vehicle, ABC. All this basically took place in a matter of about, I would say, like a month span almost. I wasn't able, I still don't have full access to the vehicle right to this day. So I don't have possession of the vehicle as far as the car, physically car. The app, I can open the app up, but I still don't even have all the features to the app because they never went all the way through with it because I notified them that the car is basically fraudulent. It was sold. So I contacted the manufacturer and it just went on from there.
Wow. So so you're paying on this car. We'll get to USAA in a minute, but so you were paying on this car for several months that you couldn't even drive, and
Hmm.
it's not even in your possession anymore, is it?
It's not in my possession, nor is it titled to me. I never was able to actually obtain ownership of the vehicle because the fraud occurred in 2 weeks. The tags already had expired by the time the fraud occurred, so the car was already sitting there and couldn't be moved because the tags were already had been expired. I'm not a resident of the local area, so I have to go to Jacksonville, Florida, and register the car. But in order to do that, the car has to be present the first time to register it. I was never able to even get to Florida to even do any of this.
So wow, we're skipping something. Let's go back to how you discovered the damage.
Oh, so basically what ended up happening was I was backing out of a parking spot. It's a garage parking spot. Really, like I said, really nothing going on. Uh, I backed out and like I heard a pop. The pop was a piece of the actual fender separating from itself. From that, I basically looked at it. I noticed called Karma, the actual manufacturer. They came and picked the car up. I took pictures of it, but upon basically, as soon as the bumper basically cracked, it just revealed everything that went on. So I notified all parties that this car wasn't in the condition that they stated. It had to be in the accident. There's body filler, 3M tape. Basically how they corrected the car. They corrected the car by bondoing the fender and the quarter panel back together, which in the long run, Karma of Washington D.C. states that the repair cost is about $17,000 just in parts.
But not for that repair. You mean for a
No,
proper
just
repair?
yeah. So no, I'm talking about that's 17,000 in parts, not including labor, paint, everything. So the complete repairs about for that vehicle right now is about $30,000 to basically fix it for factory status.
Wow. So
And I
you
paid 72,000, so I'm what $30,000 worth of additional damage to the car that they expect me to pay. I'm not sure how this supposed to work.
right. Oh my goodness. Oh my
And then the
goodness.
insurance company dropped it because I mean they wasn't there was I mean they did the most common sense thing to release liability because at the end of the day, I didn't hit anything. It wasn't comprehensive and nor was it collision. I wasn't going to pay to allow my insurance to go up on the back end for something that I had nothing to do with. I told the insurance company the same thing. I didn't hit anything. No one hit me. This is basically like fraud. This was already done to the car. They immediately basically dropped my insurance, refunded my money. Like it was like no problem. Like, okay, Mr. Keese, let us know if you buy something else, we're insured.
Wow. So I take it nobody at Karma, I think Lee Morant is a person you've sued, and a guy named Ignazio Giuffre.
I don't know how you pronounce it. They
Yeah,
call him
Ignacio, I have, yeah, Ignacio, what Joffrey. Those two guys and Westfield Karma are the corporate defendants on that side, and then you've got. I understand that USAA. You went to USAA, and they refused to help you out. You were paying, and you told them this is fraudulent, but they're still. What did they do? They're still reporting you to the credit bureaus.
Yeah, they still report me to the credit bureau. They told me I was late as of last month. They sent the letter stating, as of I think the end of this month, they were going to repo the car. I've been telling them you can go pick the car up. It's been sitting there waiting for you for over 200 plus days. I could have been when it got. I mean, I'm not the legal owner, so I really don't have. I don't have any ties to the vehicle. I'm not the legal owner, so I can't even take possession of the vehicle because the legal owner is Karma of Westfield, Lee Morant and them. So they sold me a car. They sold me a lemon in so many words. I can't register the lemon and they still own it. So they have my money. They have their own car still. Like I'm not the owner of that car, so I don't have any rights to say anything in reference to that vehicle, to be
Yeah, yeah,
honest
yeah.
with you.
It's like you've got no horse in this race, but yet you're the one holding the bag.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, they want me to be responsible for the money by, by them not doing their due diligence. I did mine after the fact. The insurance company did theirs. That's the reason why I was refunding my money. I mean, practice of good lending would be it's not falsifying statements, obtaining money by false pretense is what he did. He lied to me and lied to the bank to basically recover those funds. And basically, for me, I'm left with trying to clean this mess up, which is not correct.
Wow. Oh my God. Wow. Well, I can tell you this. I'm a car and motorcycle enthusiast. I've sold them both, yeah, from time to time, and there's no way that the dealer didn't know that because you do a point by point inspection, especially for somebody buying a high end car, which that
Oh
is.
yeah.
So they did a point by point inspection. You put it on the rack, you look over it, and you see that so they had to have known that. And even if to my mind, even if and I haven't done a lot of consumer law and this kind of stuff, but I just from basic knowledge of what I have, what you came to me with seems legit, and I'm glad to do this video for you and to follow the case. I know I saw a lot of the cases that you and your people found, and I found a couple cases with Lee Morant and all these guys. They've sold bogus cars before with injuries, and I just it blows my mind. I'm sorry you're in this position, but I'm glad you guys brought this to me so that I could broadcast it, and I'll get this video out shortly. Yeah, to my mind, they interjected this. You walk in here with clean hands, and you've got this thing that was in the stream of commerce, you know, moving up the stream of commerce from the time that the last owners crashed it until it arrived at. Well, I can't say it arrived at your door. It never got to your door, but until
Yeah,
it
not
arrived. So,
physically to my residence, you know what I'm saying? Where I
yeah,
can actually, take ownership, do my due diligence. I mean, even to the point where, I had a previous vehicle that's caught up in this where they traded it in. So that car is still listed in my name. So as of right now, I've been going back and forth with Florida trying to get them to figure out what do I need to do because the my original car is still in my name, and I'm trying to figure out how it was sold, but I never basically received my title from it. So someone you just even part of like I said, the way it was traded in,
yeah.
the trading part, it was the vehicle wasn't sold until August. The vehicle was still in my name. It's talking about a year later. So it's like I'm kind of concerned about that because still to this day, if I call, it's still registered in my name. So I had to surrender my tags to Texas tax collector to show proof because there's no insurance on it. So they was going to suspend my
Yeah,
license.
yeah,
And
right, right. Oh my god. Oh my god, right. They might have been, you know what they probably did? They might have been, they call it title flipping when they're like I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. That's another subject. We'll get to that too. Wow, let me think about this for a second. So actually I misspoke. It did get to your door, but it didn't get there for long.
yeah, it got there
Yeah.
for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Good
Yeah,
lord. Wow,
yeah.
wow, wow. So I understand you're about to file suit, and I'm gonna help you put this link in that lawsuit. And have you talked to the DA, the police? Well, obviously you said you talked to the police. Is the
Now
DA got a is it because
I
I mean
spoke to
I've seen this pattern of conduct by those guys, and it's not just like it just happened like
oh
this
no,
time. So I
no.
think it's a RICO issue, like you guys are saying it's a RICO issue, all the time. But what's the DA talking about?
So they were, I guess they're still stating that they want information, ABC. So I sent all the reports, all my information. I even showed them proof of basically basically from the Westfield Police Department doing their investigation. How
Right.
many people had to come down to the police department? A, B, C. So I've been, very
Diligent.
working on this diligently in so many words, trying to make sure that it don't go past legal time wise, you know what I'm saying, why I don't have the right to file ABC. So I've been staying on this every 14 days, contacting them, allowing them to know that the subject matter ain't going away. Like whatever need to happen because now I'm put in a position that I have 100,000 on a fraud that, they're going to take me to court for, which I should not be the party to be taken to court. And they're stating that it's civil, which obtaining money by false pretense is not
Oh
civil. He
no,
just
that's
yeah,
oh
he
my
did.
God.
Yeah.
Listen. Check this out. Anytime you do this kind of thing, hold on. Anytime you do this kind of thing, like I have that case with I sent you a case when we started talking about this that I remember from Ohio, State versus DeMarco, and these guys were doing. It was not quite like this, but it was. Hi, Pepper. Anyway, come on, honey. Anyway, it was kind of like they what they did was it was a bunch of dentists, and they were like title flipping a bit, and they bought a Porsche. There was a wrecked Porsche, then they bought a new Porsche, and they kind of
Mm.
pawned one off as the other. Like they try to say that they try to represent the new Porsche as the wrecked Porsche and claim that they had fixed it and they got this insurance money. Anyway, but it's not exactly the same. But this is a criminal matter, dude. At a certain point, I think it is. But in any event, uh, wow. So it is that's one issue. Let me
I
think.
mean, I would
Yeah.
say it's it's not is a criminal event. It is because at the end of the day, he deceived me for the purchase of the vehicle and fraudulently showed me a Carfax and fraudulently basically updated the information from another dealership that previously stated that this car was wrecked. So all this
Somehow,
information,
yeah, somewhere between Fuqua and Karma Westfield, they cooked the books.
yeah, some way somehow.
Got you. Okay, well, I'm gonna let you go because I know I want you to be on your way to go file that suit and tell your counsel I said I appreciate what they've done to get you here, and I'm here to run any more videos I can to expose this. Wow, man, you can't even drive the car. You can't do nothing. Oh, and then you said US. I helped. Remember you found a case, and I found a case where USAA does this all the time. They abuse their customers when they're aware of fraud, and they still go after them. You just got a letter the other day from USAA saying they're coming after you still.
Oh yeah, so I told him I sent 35 letters to them. Shit. So my promissory note stated that I had to on my agreement for my loan stated that I think my actual loan contingent date was the end of October. So yeah, August, September, October. I think it was like 60 days or 30 days after I received it. So I think I notified them within the 30 calendar days of the
Mhm.
purchase of that vehicle that the vehicle was caught up in fraud. So it was way before my actual promissory note date. So by law, I mean I sent the information, certified mail. I have receipts of it. So they've been well aware of this. That even with the process, I made payments every month, not even having the vehicle,
Right.
waiting for the making. Well, I wanted to do it correctly because at the end of the day, like I said, it can affect my credit and affect my job, and it's already affecting my credit because they reported a late fee for something that's basically fraud. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
and
to kind of yeah. So
you've got what do you call it? That's but you had it in there. The FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act,
yeah.
credit defamation, all of that stuff. And
Mhm.
you guys, I think you guys are right on point with where you're going.
Mhm. I
I
mean,
really
like I
do.
said, my biggest thing is, I filed an FTC report with the federal government with the FBI basically because it's internet fraud. I
Yeah.
have I have two police department actual reports from Westfield when they investigated it. They actually had the people come down to court. They made their own statements, which basically showed proof and statements that they basically identified the damage and identified the damage as being mine, but it's not my damage because they would show the original pictures from the original owner by the police department, which
Yeah.
wouldn't be civil at that point when somebody admits guilt. It's kind of hard to say, oh, yeah, that's Mr. Keith's vehicle. But that's not the vehicle in question. That's the actual original picture from the owner. So it's like, you guys knew.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is you're talking about a $72,000 car that was sitting on the showroom floor. They presented to me like, unfortunately, when I walked in there, I didn't come to barter. I came with the money. I didn't need them to do anything. I done my own research. I came to purchase a vehicle, and it's like, the vehicle sitting on a showroom floor. Not only did I felt kind of stupid, but I'm purchasing a vehicle I never even drove. But I'm thinking because of the price wise,
I got this.
why would you allow somebody to drive something like that without having showing proof that you have the money? So like I said, I get it. But after I get the vehicle, it's not $72,000 car. I mean, you got Honda
No.
Accords that drive better than this car.
Yeah, well, yeah, that thing that needs to go, away. That you were entitled to rescission from jump.
Yeah, basically, I mean, at the end of the day, when I walked in there, they already knew that car, the car was damaged. They did ABC. I mean, maybe I wasn't the first, but I'm pretty sure I'm not the last. There's other individuals that's been complaining about this dealership,
Yeah.
and despite the complaints about the dealership, it's just not a Karma, and it's kind of crazy because Karma, the manufacturer, states that they're not they're not a subsidiary of Karma. Like they using your name, they're using your photo. So I mean, it's like almost who's on the limb here? Karma want to throw their hands up. They don't want nothing to do with it. Well, I spoke to even their lawyer because of me basically, sending emails out. Sent me a bully tactic, cease and desist. I'm not gonna cease and desist. You sold me a lemon.
Yeah, yeah, wow. Okay. Wow. Well, listen, I'm gonna get running. My family's up and moving about, so I'm going
Okay,
to
okay.
let you go. Listen. So, wow, I'm gonna keep track of this, and I'll get this video up online and get you a link for your lawsuit. And I don't know, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad karma.
It is, isn't it? Karma, isn't it? And you would think, the plum meaning of karma is, a good gesture. You don't do something to other people that you don't want somebody to do to you. It's like a goodwill gesture. I mean, it's like life experience. And as you see, these people don't have good karma because the karma they thought they had is coming to bite them back on the ass because they have multiple lawsuits for doing nonsense stuff.
There you go. I'll switch you the video in about an hour. Thank you so much, and
Okay,
enjoy your day
appreciate it.
as well.
Bye bye.